Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin says Putrajaya is close to securing enough COVID-19 vaccine to inoculate 26.5 million people, or more than 80% of Malaysia's population. He said in a televised address that the government has just inked an agreement with AstraZeneca for 6.4 million doses of its COVID-19 vaccine. That's after securing 12.8 million doses from Pfizer-BioNTech. The deals with AstraZeneca and Pfizer-BioNTech, as well as Malaysia's participation in the COVAX initiative, will cover 40% of the population. Muhyiddin said the government is now in final talks with Sinovac, CanSino and Gamaleya to cover the remainder. The deals are expected to cost $504.4 million or 2.05 billion ringgit. To convince the people that the vaccines being obtained are safe and effective, the PM said he will be among the first individuals to receive a dose, followed by frontliners and target groups, namely high-risk groups such as the elderly, those with non-communicable diseases, and chronic respiratory diseases. The government expects to receive the first batch of Pfizer's vaccine by February 2021 at the earliest. Car leather upholstery maker Pecca Group says 246 of its employees tested positive for COVID-19. In a board's filing, Pekka said it made the discovery after conducting a recent screening on some of the production staff from its subsidiary Pecca Leather. Subsequently, it said it conducted immediate screening of 597 employees, as well as contact tracing and quarantine measures to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. It also enforced enhanced physical distancing and protection measures, arranged separate lodging arrangements for non-affected employees, and undertook disinfection and sanitation activities at production areas and common spaces. Pecca Leather is closing the operations of its production floor from December 21st to December 27th. The swab tests, quarantine measures and disinfection processes are estimated to cost up to 500,000 ringgit. Meanwhile, the impact of the 7-day production closure is expected to be limited to less than 5% of the group's revenue for FY21. Pecca's shares closed unchanged today at RM1.52. The Inland Revenue Board says the Federal Court judges have unanimously dismissed Maybank's application for leave to appeal with costs. According to a media release issued by the IRB, Maybank previously applied with the High Court to quash the notification of reduced assessments for Year of Assessment 2014 and notices of additional assessment for the assessment years of 2015, 2016 and 2017 raised by the taxman. It did not state how much tax is being disputed. The lender's application was rejected by the High Court, whose decision was then affirmed by the Court of Appeal. In the present case, Maybank applied for leave to appeal to the Federal Court, but the nation's highest court concurred with the IRB that there was no illegality, error of law, or exceptional circumstance that warranted the granting of Maybank's application for leave to appeal. The court instructed the group to pay the total amount due within 30 days from the date of this decision. Aircraft manufacturer Airbus SE is reportedly claiming that it stands to lose more than $5 billion worth of aircraft orders if AirAsia X's debt restructuring scheme goes through. Citing court documents, Reuters reported that Airbus is joining a dozen of creditors that have challenged AAX's plan. Asia Pacific Head of Region Anand Emmanuel Stanley reportedly said in a December 16th affidavit filed at the KL High Court there was a strong possibility Airbus will suffer substantial losses or prejudice from the termination of purchase agreements. According to Reuters, he said AAX has ordered and Airbus has already built or substantially built 7 A330neo aircraft which are currently in the inventory. He reportedly added that there are another 71 on order that may impact Airbus's profitability if cancelled. AAX revealed in a December 17th affidavit seen by Reuters it owes Airbus 48.71 billion ringgit including pre-delivery payments for committed purchase of 118 aircraft. Builder Jen-Kuhn International, which announced a series of boardroom changes and a new venture today, has appointed former Attorney General Tan Sri Muhammad Apandi Ali as its independent and non-executive chairman with immediate effect. Muhammad Apandi is replacing Datuk Donald Lim Siang Chai, who has been redesignated as the executive deputy chairman. Meanwhile, executive directors Fong Kah Heng and Lee Leong Kui, together with independent and non-executive director Fatih Ridzuan Ahmad Fauzi, have resigned from their positions due to personal commitment. Fong and Lee were replaced by Datuk Tan Chun Hua and Edwin Sylvester Das, who are both also independent non-executive directors of Inex Technologies Holdings. As for the company's new venture, Jen-Kuhn said it has inked an MOU with Nilai-based Chuan Plus Industries to invest 50 million ringgit to produce nitrile rubber. The two companies have agreed to form an SPV to build a new nitrile rubber production plant, which is expected to produce 40,000 tons of nitrile latex per year. Jen-Kuhn will own 80% of the SPV and Chuan Plus 20%.